Well, hi, my friend. Rick Hagar here at rickhagerofficial.com. I want to welcome you to my blog post today. What I'm going to do today is get into a topic very briefly that revolves around being more productive. And I think that's something that we all have an interest in, isn't it? It's being more productive and being more effective and efficient in our business. And so I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can do to be more productive in your business. Certainly there are a lot more, but I'm going to share with you 4 on this brief update today on our blog post. Number 1, the first thing, if you want to be more productive, in my view, is that you have to define your dream. You have to define your why. I like to use the words your dream, your why interchangeably. I think they mean the same thing. We all have dreams. We all have things that we aspire to accomplish in our life. Those are reasons. So when I say define your dream, define your why, I basically mean the same thing. But I really believe if you're going to be productive, you first have to define exactly what it is that you want to accomplish, exactly what it is that you want in your life. And most people go through life never really doing this. They just kind of drift from day to day, and they don't really have any sense of what they want. They don't really articulate what they want. See, successful people picture in their mind exactly what it is that they want to accomplish. They have a clear vision of where they want to go, what they want their life to be like, and the things that they want to accomplish in the course of their life. And so if you're going to be productive, the first thing you have to do is lay that foundation of knowing exactly what it is that you want, because then you have to build the stair steps to get there, and it's in the stair steps where you become productive. You can't be productive if you don't really know what your targets are and what it is that you want to accomplish. So you have to develop in your mind a clear picture of your reasons and what you want to accomplish. I like to journal these things. I like to put them down on paper, sketch them out. I like to review them on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis to keep my reasons in my head. And if you need some visuals, I think this is a great idea. You can create a dream board or a collage of some sort that you can put in your office, images that you can put on your mirrors, whatever you can do to keep your reasons in front of you. But if you want to be more productive, I think the first step is that you have to define your why. Know what you want, be clear on it, and be able to picture it and review it daily to give you fuel to keep going. Now, here's the second thing that I want to point out. If you're going to be productive on a daily basis, what you need to do is design your day. You have to create your day. You have to have the mindset that you're going to create or design your day. So what most people do, and I've been guilty of this myself, is they kind of wake up and then they just kind of get going and they don't have any structure or there's no template for what their day should look like. And unfortunately, if that's kind of how you approach things, then what's going to ultimately happen is you're going to drift through the day. There's a lot of things that are going to be important to help you get toward accomplishing your reasons that don't get done. So you've got to be more structured than that. You've got to be more disciplined than that. So you have to design your day. And what I like to do, and I know that a lot of other productivity experts teach this, is that you should plan some time with yourself alone. Take 30 minutes, 45 minutes alone. I like to do it in the evening before the start of the next day and sketch out what your next day is going to look out. Plan that day, design that day. And there's a variety of elements that go into that. But you need to take some time where you can be kind of alone and in solitude, where you can plan, okay, here's my next day. Here's what my tomorrow is going to look like. Certainly you can do monthly planning and weekly planning, but I like every single day at the close of the day to take some time and really look at designing my day the following day and how it's going to come. And so you want to do that. Now, you might use some type of a device to do that. Maybe you use a paper planner of some kind. Maybe you use your phone and an app in your phone, or maybe you use a hybrid version of both. I've gone back and forth for the last year, 2 years on this, and it's been a big struggle for me, but because I love the paper planners, I love the ability to write things down and see them and review them in written form, but I also like gadgets. I'm an electronics guy. I like things that are gadget-like, and I like apps, and so what I've found works best for me is a hybrid approach to this. And that means that I do have a paper planner where I write everything down and I list everything, but I also have it in my computer, which syncs to all of my devices as well, because I can set alerts and alarms that way. And I find that if I have it doubled up in my devices, and then I write it all down, it helps to stamp in my brain, if you will, the things that I have to do, and it keeps me more accurate and it keeps things fresher in my mind. It might sound like a little bit more work to do, and it might take a few extra seconds, but it's really not that much more work. So design your day. That's the second point. Take some time in the evening, where you can think and you have no distractions and you can begin to plan out your next day, and do it on whatever device is the one that's going to work the best for you, whether it's a written analog as it's called, or whether it's digital, or whether you use a hybrid combination of both. Now here's the third point to being more productive, 3 of our 4 here for this particular blog, is what gets written down gets done. What gets written down gets done. As you begin to plan, during this particular planning session where you're designing your day, you want to put down all of your appointments that you have for the next day, or review those appointments if they're already written down in your book. Just review them and think about them and reflect on them for a little bit. And then what you want to do is you want to begin to put all of your tasks down, all of the things that you have to do the next day. List all of those tasks appropriately. But here's the thing, we have to be careful, because sometimes we list so many things that most of them don't get done, and we end up bouncing from this thing to that thing. And so we've got to be careful when listing these tasks. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take and list all of your tasks, the things that you have to get done, but then boil it down to your big 3. What are the top 3 tasks that you have that are the most important, that you're passionate about, that will take you closer to achieving your ultimate reasons, your why, your dream? So take that task list and then begin to prioritize it and get down to your top 3 and make those big 3 the key focal point of your next day. Do you realize that if you just accomplished 3 major things on a daily basis, how productive you'd be in a year, 2 years, 3 years? You certainly list the other tasks, but put the main 3 that are going to drive you closer to your reasons, put those at the top of your list and focus your day around those. If you get those done, then you can work on some of the other things and you can move those things forward if you need to. It's all about prioritizing what is going to take you closer to your reasons and your dream and what you cast for yourself as your vision for your why. Okay, so it's really, really important to do this. And then the next day, when the next day comes, you just have to act. You have to take your planner, your device, whatever you're using, take a look at what you've planned out for yourself and get to work on those big 3. And then once you accomplish those big 3, then you can go to the other tasks to see if you have time to do that. Now here's the 4th thing, and I think that this is really, really important, is that you have to avoid distractions or disruptions. See, you're going to be distracted during the course of the day. You're going to be interrupted during the course of the day. There are going to be people that are going to try to grab your time. We are in this economy now of distraction. Everybody's trying to distract you and disrupt you so that they can share their marketing message with you. And you have to, when you are focused on your day and you are into your tasks, your big 3 and your other tasks, your appointments, doing what you have to do, you have to shut all of those distractions out so that they don't interfere and cause you to begin drifting. And so you really need to focus on developing some discipline to shut out distractions. You should look at turning off the notifications on your phone, closing your email box, closing Facebook, get all of those things that can kind of creep in when you're working away so that you can focus on getting those big 3 things done and then working on the rest of those tasks. And I think that if you take these 4 things and you start working them into the course of your day, number 1, define your reasons. Be clear on what you want. Know your dream. Know where you want to be in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Picture that visually every day to give you inspiration and motivation. Number 2, make the decision that every night you're going to plan and design your day for the next day. Okay, very, very important. And have a device to do it where you have it in front of you. Don't leave it to memory. Okay, number 3, what gets written down gets done. List your appointments, list your tasks, and then prioritize them into your top 3 things that are most likely to get you closer to your dream. And then the next day you start acting. And then number 4, you manage and try to shut out all of the distractions. If you can adhere to these 4 simple things, I think you're going to be much more dynamic and productive and effective in your business and in your life. And I think that that's ultimately what we're all shooting for, is to have a much better time in terms of achieving our goals, achieving our reasons, and we all want to be more productive. So I hope I've been able to share with you a few ideas that will help you to be more productive. If you feel that there's value here, share this video, share this post, and I'll be with you again on the next one. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your schedule to come to rickhagerofficial.com, and I'll talk with you again soon, my friend. Thank you very much. Bye for now.